Hello, Cancers. All right, Cancers, let's see what kind of week we're going to have. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is QueenAmunRa. If you're coming back, welcome back. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below in the description. In the description, that's right, in the description. My information is below, QueenAmunRa.com. Website. You can go schedule your appointments, all of those things, right? Go shop at our shop. All right, we're going to get into your reading. We're going to set the tone for your reading. I've already cleared the space for you, for your reading, to see what's in your cards. Let's get it. Let's see what's in your cards, Cancers. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's do it. All right. All right. Hopefully you all are having a great weekend, relaxing indoors during this full moon phase. And then we're actually still a full moon phase, but we're coming out of that and about to step into last quarter moon, right? So technically, if you have a moon calendar, it'll say it's a waning gibbous moon, but we're still in a phase, right? So that way you're still getting downloads, still having dreams, daydreams, night dreams. You want to document those. Some of you want to be writing a book, actually, with all the information that you're collecting. So let's get into it. Let's set the tone. To attract good fortune, Psalm 78. So copy verses 16 and 17 onto paper. Keep the talisman beside the bed and read 3 times upon rising. That's right. To attract good fortune. That's right. Who don't like a really good psalm? All right, so let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's get into your reading. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cancers. So the moon is in Libra, I believe, when you watch this video. When you watch this video, you may be watching this video on Sunday, March 16th, and the moon is in Libra. Or it would have moved into, it's still in Libra. So this is about balancing things out. So it affects your kidneys, and not in a bad way, actually in a good way. So it's trying to just help balance you out. So you know, Libra is a King of Wands here. Somebody is backing you up. So if somebody who's a bold leader, someone who is powerful, courageous, sees a big picture of something, they've overcome challenges themselves. They have the same spirit of an energy and star energy, same spirit of an energy of a loved one who may have been in uniform when they were alive. Prayer warrior, the same energy of loved one that you may have had when they were alive, and how they backed you up. They just have this quiet strength. They're not all about being loud and boisterous. They just have a presence when they walk in the room. May give off the impression sometimes that they're shy, but they're not. They just reserved. So their energy. But there's hope, renewal, inner clarity, miracles, faith, rejuvenation for you. As you are on your throne, right? And just kind of sort of need the backing of energies who just know what you've been through. They know what you've been through. They know that people have said that they had your back for you, and they had their back for you up until a certain point. So, so somebody has a partnership in business and or in love coming across your path. And so make a decision. Usually before something comes across your path that you prayed for, Cancer, usually something from your past resurfaces, right? Because remember, we're still in the cycle. And so we're talking about duality, and the moon, there's light and dark side to the moon. So as the moon is now waning, in a waning stage, getting ready to come to last quarter moon, and then it's going to, finishing out this cycle strong. We had to remember we're still in eclipse season. So even though all of these videos are timeless, the reason why I talk about moon phases is because people are learning about moon phases. A lot of people are new to tarot. We're in the year 9, so a lot of people are expanding their spiritual knowledge, watching tarot, obviously, possibly raised, and possibly still trying to navigate going between organized religion and learning more about spirituality and returning to pure consciousness. And it's a beautiful time for a lot of people to learn a lot. They're adding to their growth. So right now, with Venus being retrograde and Mercury being retrograde, Venus is all about, if you're looking at it from an internal standpoint, it's about self-love and self-worth. If you're looking at it from external, it's really art, music, aesthetics, love, pleasure. But you can combine those. That's the light side of it, right? But in short, self-love, self-worth. The dark side of Venus is that it can be vain, vengeful, green with envy. And so Source is saying to you, you want to know ahead of time, since you're a receiving sign. I'm talking to men and women Cancers, who is vain, vengeful, green with envy with you. And like, it should not take that many times for you to figure that part out, right? At this point where you are right now, who's a karmic, who's still holding on to something. Doesn't matter what they holding on to. They have to resolve something within their spirit. But you definitely, Source is putting people across your path that's really in business and in love that can back you up. They definitely know what you're going through, they can relate. Just put it that way. They can relate. So here we have the Eight of Wands here. And so I definitely see some kind of quick action is happening here, right? Quick movement. So you're going to be making some quick decisions. You're going to be making some real quick decisions as it relates. Again, a lot of you all, like I said before, some people from your past want to resurface, right? Some people who said they had your back when it came to some things, they may try to astral project into your dreams. Remember, Venus is retrograde, and these energies have shown on more than one occasion in business and or in love that they made a decision to not have your back, to toss you right up under the bus. A lot of y'all have tire tracks still on the back of your neck. So Source is saying to you, that should be a firm no. And people will back you up, because you're not the only person that's in these energies have done this to, right? And these are energies that you considered at one point as family. Remember, lunar eclipse is all about, it can bring up childhood and ancestral traumas. So this is family, whether it's work family or blood relative family or friends that like family. So you may be having some downloads and dreams. So it's just like they're karmics. So here we have 10 of Pentacles here. That is not part of a legacy that you want to leave. You don't want to leave this back and forth in this infinite cycle of chaos and confusion as part of your legacy, where it always looks like you're the one that's losing your mind and you're the one that's crazy, right? So Source is saying at some point you're going to have to leave. You're going to have to leave the circus at some point. And that's the offer that Source is giving you. So you have found your North Node. You found your North Node. You found, some of you all have Aquarius in your birth chart. Aquarius actually rules 11th house, and you've decided and the 11th house is all about friendships, community, goals, hopes, wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, the future. Some of you all have already stepped into your future. You've already stepped into your future friendships, love relationships, future jobs. You've already stepped into your future. Why would you reconnect with something from your past? Just because they're trying to astral project into your dreams. Come on, y'all. Yep. Yeah, they want to come back in saying, oh, it's going to be good to be connected to them because they have good fortune. They already have the money. They already have this, that, and the other. But look how a lot of these energies really, really try to... The only thing that comes to mind now is the book of Esther, for real. For those of you all who read scripture, is like some of these energies literally try to hang you from a 50-foot gallows. Like, if you can imagine modern day times, that would be like put you on the internet. Like, as high up as they were trying to expose you to in just a mile radius that would extend to show that many people that a complete and total abuse of power. You got to remember the spirit Hammond, who was second in command to the king in the book of Esther, if you all know the story, really abused his power, really abused his power. But the person who had the ear of the king was Esther, and did not realize that Esther was actually related to Mordecai, the one that was was that that Hammond chose to hang from a 50-foot gallows, right? And so it is quite humiliating when an entire group of energies, whether it's on your job, your religious organization, or whatever kind of organization, comes after you, tries everything they can do. They give it their best shot to humiliate you to a point. But and the king, of course, would in this case would be source, right? And you have to take it to source. That's how somebody made it to the throne. You chose not to bow down to these, energies who completely abuse their position, and now all of a sudden people see that you're a prayer warrior. So source is saying there's tons of people who can back you up, so yeah, don't be a fool. There's fresh hope, taking chances, new beginnings. For some people, these energies have split up families. They've done the shebang, the works. Split up families, meaning you and your person, y'all can have kids or whatever together, or communities just split up people just to show you how much power that they have. So it's just saying, like I said, and then some of these energies are trying to astral project into your dreams. It's going to be a no for you, Cancer. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be a no. It's a lot of people that will back you up too. Here we have the Four of Cups here. So somebody is feeling unfulfilled right now. Somebody is feeling they're contemplating something. Somebody is really, really depressed. And there's some energies from your family. There's a lot of family conflicts going on right now, whether it's work family, friendship family. It's a lot of conflicts going on right now. Fleeting success, because some people decide they want to join with the people who had the most fortune at the time, instead of taking it straight to source. And so if that's not a sacrifice, that is a sacrifice. You were sacrificed. Yeah. The Emperor, there's an Aries that sacrificed somebody, someone who was immature, someone who had problems with power, someone who has a really big ego, someone who's tyrannical, someone who was just straight up cold. God complex, in other words. You would be boo-boo, the fool, to go backwards. But what it brought out in you was structure and authority. That's what it brought out in you. Somebody, that card right there is ruled by the Tower card. The Tower card is Mars. Mars is the planet of action and assertion. And so someone, this energy here took an action. It was their way or the highway. They said they would back you up. They would support you. They would be there for you in business and or in love. Somebody could have worked for a manager like that. That was just like, oh no, I got your back. We're a team, so on and so forth. But when it came to being bought out, when it came between choosing, money, or you, guess what they chose, right? And so some energies now are looking at you like, okay, here you are, 10 of Pentacles. You're on the inside of your vault. That's 10 of Pentacles. Remember, you're not at 5 of Pentacles. You're not emotionally wounded sitting outside of your vault door looking like, oh, shoot, when am I going to step through my vault door? You're in your vault, right? So, yeah, a lot of them are going to try to astral project through your dreams. So, Source is speeding up your prayers, in other words. A lot of your wishes are coming true. 9 of Cups here. And it is depressing when if you sit down and think about it. But what it's actually brought you was sudden awareness. And this is why now that you're saying all the 4 of Cups are poured out, meaning like you don't have any more emotion about it. It is what it is, right? 4 is the earth number. So it connects with the element of earth, right? So you're just like, but it also connects us with all corners of the earth. So you're still saying you're a divine being of light who's had a human experience here on earth. That's the light side of 4. The dark side of 4 is that you came away dealing with somebody that it was their way or the highway, and it caused you great depression. So this lets me know that this was an energy that you really, really loved, right? And I'm talking about like agape love, but they loved you. It was strings attached for them. See, there's a difference. You can love somebody at a, you know, this could be a parent love, this could be kids love, somebody that you mentor, whomever, agape love. But guess what? Obedience is better than sacrifice. They've already sacrificed you. You're obedient to source. You answer the call in your life, and you're closing out a cycle. You're not a fool. You are not a fool. So yeah, some energies are definitely trying to astral project into your dreams, and I know that because of the Wands energy. That's spirit, right? That's fire. So some energies are definitely trying to warm up to your spirit by any means necessary. Eight of Swords. Them energies are pretty much, and this is another thing that these energies did. They really try to have some kind of self-imposed restrictions, try to isolate you, try to entrap you, try to have you imprisoned, all kinds of stuff. So Source is just kind of trying to remind you all of just kind of what you went through. Again, you can forgive, but Source is like, you don't need to forget. You need to heal. You need to heal. Sword energy is not a butter knife cut. It's not like a little scrape, you know, where it's just like breaks the skin a little bit. It's a sword cut. And there's 8 of Swords. In other words, somebody was talking to you as if you were the dark side of them, right? That's why you be careful, because that's a part of spell work, making you seem like you was just nothing. So yeah, so here we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So you're quite resourceful. You've already, Queen of Pentacles, I kind of sort of liken it to buying into a fairy tale, like most fairy tales, until you see it through the lens of an adult. You buy into a fairy tale because you feel like, okay, well, you're trying to get it right. This is before you get to find your North Node, 10th house. 10th house is North Node. That's your career, life goals, achievement, public image. That's the masculine side of yourself, social status, fame, whatever. Your North Node, that's your inner calling, right? Until you find your North Node, everybody is stumbling around in the darkness. And somebody treated you as if you, basically, they could save you, as if you were just imagine like going to a job and your resume says you've worked hard, you've gone to school. Some of you will have degrees. Whether you have degrees or not, that's doesn't really, but some jobs do require that. But imagine going on the job and people seeing in you, this person really would be a good fit for the job, but them choosing to make you feel a certain way just by their words and what they say. That's 8 of Swords, by what they say to you. Almost like you should be thankful, you should be grateful that I even selected you. Also in a marriage, in a friendship, in a whatever. You could have fallen for something hook, line, and sinker until you realized it was a complete nightmare. Why would you go back? Again, you found your North Node, you found your star. That would be foolish. So this is kind of sort of walking you backwards into what you went to and what you would be going back into. What you would be going back into. You don't give somebody another opportunity to make a fool of you again and again and again and again and again. So that's what Source is trying to tell somebody. So to attract good fortune, you have it within you too. That's right. You have it within you too. So there's somebody who had, and there was 2 energies that did it. They sat there and listened to all of these lies that were about you. And, you know, it's almost like, you know, when we're doing the readings, I know a lot of you all may say you may think that the readers get on a conference call and we're all talking about the same thing. But the reason why you really want to slow down every cycle and not rush through these cycles, even if it sounds redundant, is because we're all here as human beings to help each other, not hurt each other, Cancers. And so when somebody, it could be their first time tuning into the channel, and it does help people when you add comments below and, you know, to offer them some encouragement. This is life. It's just, you know, some people are just entering chapter 1 of or a particular phase of their life that you've already completed. And so sources say that's why you don't want to rush through it. You're really trying to live a softer life. You're already starting out at King of Wands. So this is you being a bold leader, someone who's courageous, someone who sees the big picture, you know, overcoming challenges yourself. So why wouldn't you want to nurture someone else who's coming behind you, who's still in survival mode, right? All while, like I said before, knowing that these energies who wanted to hang you from a 50-foot gallows themselves in an abuse of power, look how many positions you've been in where you could have abused your power and you didn't. That's a choice, free will. Somebody chose to abuse their power. Somebody's mother chose to abuse their power. Somebody's father chose to abuse their power. Somebody's spouse chose to abuse their power. Somebody's sibling chose to abuse their power. Somebody's family, whatever, chose to abuse their power. Somebody's manager at work, director, leader, whoever chose to abuse their power. It was a choice, free will, and you chose not to abuse yours. You decided to back off, just walk away, close out the cycle, leave it closed. So somebody could almost feel like they're at a, balancing two forces, difficult choices, indecision, stalemate. This is going to be the week that you all are going to make a decision. So here's the thing, when you're talking about trying to make a decision with two energies, because now people are starting to see that a lot of people lied about you behind your back, and they do feel awful because, they realize they were a part of causing some of your home to go into foreclosure. They were a part of the family conflict. They were a part of your loneliness. They were a part of your financial failures. They were a part of some of your fleeting success. Some of you all are really going out here really for the first time trying to find your purpose. And sometimes that looks like taking high-paying jobs, and then you realize, wow, the money is nice, but I don't believe I should be doing this, right? You could have been working a government job. You could have been working like high pay, and just realize, this isn't the best fit. And people are looking at you like, you must be a fool to give up that job. Just deal with it. But it's causing you mental anguish. Or you could have been working a corporate, whatever country you're in, and it wasn't your calling. It was not your calling on your life. So whatever it is, Source is saying to you, you really got to you love what you do and feel like you're a partner in life with people, where people are not talking down to you or mistreating you. And these two energies right here chose to sit there and listen to people from your past, an organization and a person that they felt like had money, was in authority. They sat there and listened. So Source said, you got a big decision to make this week, right? You're this is the Queen of Cups here. You're very compassionate energy. Very compassionate energy. You're a very nurturing person. You're a very healing, calm, supportive energy. I'm talking to men and women Cancers, and Source says calming and supportive as you've been to everybody else. This is really your time, Cancer, to pour into you. This is your time. This is going to be your time to pour into you. These energies are now wanting to mirror your compassion. I'm telling you, often imitated but never duplicated. That's every human being on planet Earth. They have a star to follow themselves. So we have Five of Wands. Somebody saw you. There's somebody who tried to mirror you as a Queen of Cups. They have a smothering personality. They're insecure. They have addictions. They are, they have a dependence. They have a dependent, some kind of a dependent spirit, right? And they baited someone you love into something. So they, again, these energies keep trying to bait you into it, but they still see you as some kind of a rivalry. This is in both your personal and your professional life. Like I said, you would be a fool to go back. Knight of Cups, right? So this is where you save yourself. Somebody does have, there's a proposal coming in. Somebody really, for some of you all, I feel like somebody's ex is really, really remorseful. For those of you all who are single, I feel like somebody's ex is really, really remorseful. However, because they joined forces with an organization to literally, if y'all you go read the book of Esther, that particular story, and I think you got to go back to, I want to say chapter 6, chapter 7, around that time, and then on. The book is it's not a long book, but to just know the story and just having a heart for Source. There's a difference between well, anyway, you really have a heart for Source, the creator. You really, really have a heart for Source, for the creator. That's when you're water, creative, creativity. The creator who created you. Somebody really has a heart for the creator. And you poured into a lot of people who, as soon as fortune, or they thought fortune came into play, decided to betray you. And that's where the Four of Cups comes in. And that's where now that you don't have to feel like your back is against the wall and making some decisions. Now that some energies are starting to say, wow, you know, we can offer you this, we can offer you that, we want you to be a part of this and that, and so on and so forth. Let's let bygones be bygones. Some of this, the reason water also connects us with the mental part of things, has caused some of you all mental anguish. It really has. And just what people will do for money. That's why Source is saying you can attract the fortune with Psalm 74. That same steadfast faith that you had in Source before. If Source did it before, Source will do it again. Source will do it again. These energies literally try to take some of you all out of here. The devil is in the details. Remember, the devil is crafty. The devil is crafty. This is another reason why it would be foolish to go back, because the devil is crafty. They're going to try to use somebody, probably a younger person or somebody that you don't think, you know, wow, you know, I really need you to save me. You may feel like you blindsided by a younger person, but they have been in their ear. They have been working on them. You may not have heard from them for a while. You may have been hearing from them for a while, and then all of a sudden they stop talking to you for a minute. You wonder where they went, because you all are hermits, and because you all are not a real pushy zodiac sign when it comes to giving people their space. You may not have done that to them, and so it may seem like for them like, oh, they just not really a pushy person. But I'm warning you all, the devil is in the details. The devil is in the details. Not only is somebody still actually, y'all know what I'm saying, because we gotta be careful with the words on YouTube, attracted to you all, but someone is emotionally attracted to you all. So they may be using someone younger to try to come to you. So it could be somebody's ex using your kids or a child. When I say child, they don't have to be little. They could be, but they could be younger, like a young adult. Anybody to try to get to you, right? If y'all think of it this way, like you think of some of the scary movies where the devil always comes in a form of just kind of sort of like unsuspecting, you know, what really comes to mind is kind of sort of like, in this, I hope somebody catches the essence of what I'm saying with this, because this is what's trying to come in. Because you got a lot of new great things happening, and people, they know that, right? A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. These energies try to lie on your about your something about somebody's health diagnosis. I mean, when I tell you just the works. This water right here is also reflective of cameras being stationed out wherever you live to see, and then familiar spirits, you know, and had people's families watching you putting you in these positions, like in these hostile positions. So if you accidentally bump up against somebody, let's say for instance, because some people have like an imbalance. Sometimes you have an imbalance. Maybe you have hip problems, or maybe you have like a disability that's not obvious to everybody, and you know, maybe wobble a little bit, or maybe just a little bit off balance or whatever. These type of energies right here, because they always making their fortune off of suing somebody, will see, oh, this was intentional, and then they have a whole group of people behind it, including some of you all's family and friends. The devil is in the details. Some of these energies belong to organizations that's connected to doctors who have access to medical files and systems and stuff to look up stuff, to just make up all kinds of Just like I said before, it would not be the best decision to go backwards. It just would not. So when we see the star card right here, it speaks to your 11th house in terms of friendships, community goals, hopes, wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, and also the future. Some of them have broken into your emails and text messages and just the works. So so you are definitely attracting good fortune, and that's part of your 9 of Cups here. So you may feel some kind of way about having to leave somebody behind, but they're definitely going to send a representative. But they're definitely working for the other side. I can tell you that right now. They're going to send a representative that's working for the other side, that for you is going to be a familiar spirit, somebody that you know, that's going to want to talk to you and just, try to almost welcome you back into the fold. How are they welcoming Cancer back into the fold? What are some of the ways they're trying to welcome Cancer back into the fold? But like I said before, it could be anything. They could be inviting you to something spiritual. Yeah. Yeah. They're going to make it seem like they're spiritually free, like they believe in some of the same things that you believe in. So, but at the same time, they may even try to be shady towards the other side. So it's like, but you got to remember. You got to remember, because that's how the enemy comes in. The movie that I was thinking of was The Pet Cemetery. And this is why you just got to leave stuff. You just got to leave stuff alone. Just leave it alone. You just gotta leave it alone. Stop digging up stuff that source just wants you to just leave alone. Just let things just rest in peace. Sometimes you just gotta let it just fizzle out. You just gotta let it fizzle out. You made it to the King of Wands, and I'm talking to men and women. You've taken some kind of action to get your life structured and everything. You know, you've taken your power back. Just leave it alone. Just pray for somebody's strength, because now they're confused. They're at a crossroad in their lives, and they're just like, wow, you know, all these people lied on Cancer, and this could be anybody. This could be, you know, they're not coming back with an apology. I can tell y'all that right now. That's another way you know it's the devil, because they're still attached to their demons. This is going to be an indicator to help you all from now on, because y'all are a very nurturing sign. When people come back with faux apologies, it's never a direct apology to what they did to you, and because they are fully aware of what they did to you. Trust and believe. They know all parts of it now. They know exactly what was done behind your back, who lied behind your back, how you thought they were going to have your back, all of that, right? But this right here, this infinity symbol, lets you know that they are a karmic, because they're in survival mode right here. And your meekness, they saw that as a weakness. Right? They saw, and they still see it as a weakness. But wait until it's two of them, but one of them is sending another one in who still is in survival mode. It's two of them working together. It's a karmic couple. But one of them is going to send somebody in. They could be two women, two men. They don't have to be, it's not about sexuality. It's really just could be like two friends. It could be two of your colleagues who are not in a romantic relationship, whoever. But somebody's checking on, let's go check on them, see how they doing. Because people are knowing that, okay, you're in your hermit mode. If you have any kind of online presence, you're in good spirits. You know, you're not coming across as angry or frustrated or rude or nasty to people. Because remember, they got familiar spirits with cameras pointing at you. So you look healthy. So whoever lied about your some kind of medical records or whatever the case may be, okay, this person don't look like they sick. Okay, they these energies already tried hard to get you put out of wherever you were. Right here we have foreclosure for some of you all, failure, fleeting success, lonely. You're not lonely, right? Even if you're alone, you're choosing to be alone. So some of y'all are, you know, really nice looking people and very successful, but you're choosing to be alone. So it's like, okay, wait a minute. All these lies were told. So whoever they're sending back in is still in a state of confusion. That's how you know they still working for the other side. They're still confused. They just going wherever the money flows. That's where their spirit goes, where the money flows. That's it. There you go. Their spirit goes where the money flows. So if your money seem to be flowing right this time, guess where they going? Right there. If somebody else think don't give them another chance to betray you. Make a decision. You're free. You're free. This is what you can expect this week. Remember, time is relative. Time is relative. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled in business and in love. You got a lot of good things coming up this week. I don't know what's on you guys' schedule, but remember, Tuesday, the moon moves into Scorpio. And when the moon is in Scorpio, that's where you forgive yourself for past mistakes of who you may have slept with or who you may have spent time with, right? That could have been past friendships where it could have been excuse me, it could have been platonic with past friends, romantic, because this is deeper than you just putting a big red X over a yearbook picture saying you slept with somebody and you was like, oh my God. You woke up and was like, oh my God, like in the movies, right? Putting a big red X. This is deeper than that, spiritually deeper than that. This is where you really start to put some things into a burning bowl and just go, everything that's connected to it. If they're younger, if they're like younger kids, of course, obviously, you're not going to just cut them out of your life. But if they're grown, able-bodied adults, they've been around people long enough to think for themselves, to make a firm decision as to speaking up, talking to you, letting you know what's going on. So some of you all may be cutting off some family members because they are old and able-bodied enough. They're in their right mind. They were clear enough to allow themselves to be used for whatever reason, but they have some kind of an addiction, whether the addiction is, like I said, enslaved to some kind of obsession, some kind of lust, or they're restricted in some kind of way. Somebody must have some dirt on them or something. They could have sent you a smoke signal, a Batman decoder ring, anything. They could have written something in the sand, a napkin, anything to let you know, hey, I'm sorry, I betrayed you, something. But that's not how it went down. That's not how something went down. That's not, yeah. So here we have the 10 of Cups here. So like I said, somebody does have new love coming across your path, and you are who they prayed for. They are who you prayed for. What's interesting about you and your person, whether you're with them now or they're coming your way on business and or in love, is that both of you all got to a decision where y'all felt like y'all back was against the wall, where y'all had to make a decision. Y'all had to make a decision and chose yourselves. That's what you and somebody has in common. You and somebody have that in common. Because all of this water and all of this fire right here, it was just exhausting for somebody. It caused you emotional dehydration. Think about turning the heat up on some water and just sweat it out, all of everything. That's a spiritual detox. It's something just exhausted you. It was just flat out plain exhausting and so confusing. And so when you're dehydrated spiritually, you're lightheaded, dizzy, you're not thinking right? So Source is saying to yourself, that's the spiritual detox that you needed to just make a decision. That's not a part of your legacy. That's not the legacy you want to leave behind. That would you be going back to being depressed. That would be part of your legacy. That people would be like, oh, this person's too depressed to make a clear decision, which would have made their argument to have you put away somewhere the truth. Yeah. That's where people would have been like, oh yeah, they really are depressed behind closed doors. After all this stuff that went on and these energies did all this, they would go back. Oh yeah, something has to be wrong. They weren't lying. They weren't lying. This person really is. There's something mentally wrong. There's something mentally wrong after all the stuff that these energies did. So yeah, they should have no access to your home. Physically have no access to your home. Even if you live in a building, you meet them in a lobby where other people can see that you talk or whatever the case may be, or just don't even make room. You got stuff to do. That's right. You got stuff to do. You're working, right? Working 8 hours a day on your legacy. You got multiple streams of income coming in, so toss it into a burning bowl. That's how you send in the spell work back. You are not depressed over your decision. Like I said before, for some of you all, it's not going to be a hard decision at all because you've had some time in your hermit mode to make some firm decisions about some things. So it's not going to be a hard decision at all. Because they trying, y'all. When I see fire here and all this water, they could be coming in, like I said, astral projecting for some of you all while you're listening to water sounds at night or drinking water or running water or whatever. So a lot of people take a lot of baths or whatever, but they be coming through, like I said, through your dreams, astral projecting through nightmares. So it's just like the way that you're going to help yourself when you walk away from something, when you see this fire right here, this burning bowl right here, which we do have burning bowls for those of you all who want to purchase burning bowls. Just reach out to me. You have my number, 202-460-3205. We do have burning bowls, which I'm going to upload on my website as well, my store. Is to stop talking about it. If you want to write it down, you can write it down. That's why, like I said before, I'm trying to walk you all slow through this. So by the time we get to this next new moon, which we're going to have a solar eclipse, we're still in eclipse season, you all. We just had a total lunar eclipse with that full blood moon in Virgo. This is where you want to be very meticulous. Virgo is a very meticulous zodiac sign. It rules 6th house, the house of health, work, habits, daily routines, fitness, pets, service to others, diet, spiritual practices. Some people's pets have been sacrificed. And when I say sacrifice, it doesn't mean somebody came into your house and poisoned your pets. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like when you let certain people in your space, your energy, your auric layer, things come up missing in your spirit, right? Come up in your house missing, like your peace. You start having nightmares and just really negative thoughts and downloads, and just like they say little stuff and it stays heavy on your mind. So things come up missing. So besides the physical, like besides your flatware or your clothes or your jewelry, that's just in the physical realm. But in the spiritual realm, a lot of things, because they dropping off all of these dark entities into your space. So you've had to learn, you know, over the years, how to protect your energy, how to protect your good fortune. Someone is very creative. You come from a very creative family. You have a lot of gifts and talents. Somebody is highly creative. Like literally, somebody hit the jackpot in terms of creativity. Looking at your cards here, and people are thirsty for your creativity now, after they told everybody that you were crazy. But see, because you did the work, that's why I like to teach you on my channel. For people who, you know, whose families has deemed them as, oh, they need their head examined, they crazy, they must be depressed and blah, blah. No, we talking about sacral chakra energy here. That speaks to your water, your creativity, your joy, your sensuality, your sexuality, you know, and that's just one part of it. Yeah, that's just one part of it. And what's sad is that these energies know this. They know this. They know all about. That's why you're starting to hear more about sacral chakra and, you know, all the chakras and stuff online, because people are educating themselves more on the chakras and sexuality and sensuality and what age ranges, when it's developed, and tying it into what people are learning in their college courses and stuff like that, hoping that you're not going to learn these things so that, okay, people can attract good fortune off of you. So that is why you're moving on from something. So yeah, like I said, the devil is in the detail. So these energies, like I said, have tried to astral project into your dreams. They've done a lot. I didn't want to make this video really, really long, but this is what's happening here. So yeah, you wake up from your nightmares. Somebody does have proper love coming across your path. Someone who is treating you the way you deserve to be treated. You're free. All you need to do is walk away. That's all you need to do is walk away. If they have an opportunity to talk to you. That's if they have an opportunity to talk to you. And you can just flat out tell them, especially if they have a certain age, or, you know, if it's a cousin, a friend, or whomever, let them know that them being still connected to these energies doesn't sit well with you in the spirit whatsoever. You know, they've done way too much damage. You've forgiven these energies, but it's time for you to move on. It's just too triggering. So if you're not trying to tell them, you're not trying to control them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But y'all know what I'm saying? This young lady posted something on Instagram the other day that she got a lot of, I think it was on Instagram or TikTok, but I've been seeing a lot of these videos. And it was something on Shorts on YouTube too. And she was basically telling women, and this is for men and women too, but she was basically telling women, she was like, basically it just doesn't sit right. And those wasn't the words that she used, that to have a friend that's still friends with somebody who has publicly said they don't like her, like publicly said they don't like her, and they still friends with them, right? And it doesn't show that she's insecure. It shows that she's quite secure, with who she is. Because how do you tell a person who is, sometimes people are genuinely happy for your success, and if you're a person who's like, you kind of filter everything you say when you're talking to certain people, because you don't know what they're going to go back and tell somebody who is telling people that they're your enemy. So source is saying to you the same thing. Same thing. So that's how the energy is going to try to come in. They're going to try to come in now being shady towards the other side. And source is saying to you, but they're still connected to the other side. So they may say that they've cut maybe one or two people off, but they're still connected to the other side. That could be the other side of the family. And again, I got to reiterate this. If they're little kids, of course they can't cut off the other side, but they're big grown adults over a certain age, able-bodied, willing to get a job, move out, have their own place, then source is saying they're still contaminated by the energy. So like I said before, you're going to have to remember this is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. The source will give you the answers that you need, the clarity that you need to make a firm decision. A firm decision. Somebody just decided to follow the fortune, and that's it. Here we have the Eight of Pentacles here. So yeah. So yep. So yep. So here we have the King of Pentacles here. So like I said before, somebody had to go down the rabbit hole themselves to find out. This is two parts of this, because the reason why the Devil card is because it's tricky, right? This is somebody from your family that's like family, friend that's like family. So when I say family, I'm not just talking about blood relative, right? This could have even been somebody you were married to that you may have softened your heart back up to, okay? Even if you're in a current relationship or your person is with you, right? This is where prayer is really going to have to come in, because somebody's a prayer warrior for clarity, and that's where it can get confusing. So if you got to say, source, give me a loud resounding no, if I got to have letters to come up and I got to look at the Pythagorean table, to see what those letters mean, and they come up to N-O, those numbers come up to N-O, be obedient. If it has to come in the form of a gas receipt or a food receipt, and those numbers come up to N-O, however it comes out, or you getting the letters N-O or Y-E-S, however, source is saying, pay attention. Obedience is better than sacrifice, because you sure enough have King of Pentacles worth of proof and knowledge and experience and emotions to go back to. That's why I talk about journaling so much. You've already gone through nightmares. You've already gone through enough nightmares. And like I said before, you have people to back you in the spiritual realm. You're free. You are free. You are 100% free of these energies. Yep. Yep. Seven of Swords. You're free from these energies who have assassinated your character. This is no other word to say it. Just as the complete and total character assassination. So, all right, you're going to have a really good week. You're going to have a really good week, because I'm trying to tell y'all, a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. A lot of your wishes and somebody else's wishes are being fulfilled here. But yeah, make a decision. You found your North Node. But yeah, some energies are going to try to come back to you. They definitely going to try to come back to you, on a humble. But something has been completely, they're going to be exhausted. I'm telling you, they're going to be exhausted. Financially drained, exhausted, because people have been working them like a workhorse. So you are a light worker. You are definitely a light worker. So don't let these energies drain you. Don't let these energies drain you. So fast changes are happening for you. Like I said, your prayers are being sped up. So take bold steps forward, not backwards. Forward, not backwards. Right? Forwards, not backwards. So direction. Plan where you want to be. Plan where you want to be. You have a lot of wealth coming across your path, and you have star power. You have a lot of wealth and a lot of star power, right? So become an influencer on the company and earn fame and popularity, but you're stepping into the spotlight, and you're a perfect fit for whatever it is you're doing, Cancer. Perfect fit. Talking to you wherever Cancer is in your birth chart. And so, yeah, winning. Hashtag winning, right? So sooner or later, luck comes to everyone. Don't spend it all at once. Don't spend it all at once, Cancer. Don't spend it all at once. So yeah, love and money coming across your path. And there's some people, I'm telling y'all, there's some people who want to, that's why I try to slow walk it through the readings. I know they kind of long, but I'm telling y'all, slow down and pay attention, because this is something that you all have been praying for. Who wants to keep making the same mistakes in love and money? I'm quite sure by show of hands, not one hand is going to go up for real. People, after a while, it is exhausting to keep attracting the same kind of spirits, because you still have not found your north node, and people are looking at you like you, something is wrong with you, like you boo-boo the fool, like you the one that's mentally, just like crazy, or something's wrong with you. And it would be foolish for you to go back after all the stuff that was said and done to you. It really would look like you ready for somebody to just, pull up a stretcher and assign you to a room somewhere, because you just sitting there like, okay, I can't believe, people looking at you like, I can't believe this person. So you shining bright. So it's never a mistake to give of yourself. Some will take it for granted. Others may take advantage of it, but don't allow bad energies to overpower your light. That's right. Let go. There it is. That's your answer. Let go. Let go of negative people and toxic beliefs. Your time on earth is precious. Invest it wisely. Be mindful of who you spend time with. You will get there. So you can't force flowers to grow or plants to sprout. Be patient and respect that everything happens in its own time and in its own way. But it's time for you to raise the bar. When you set higher standards for the people and situations in your life, you create space for new levels of joy and abundance. Rise above old patterns. And so without agenda, pure love is what you gave people. I'm telling y'all gave them pure love, and everything you have dreamed of will happen when you are ready to give love without expecting anything in return. True givers receive. And so see how this person is going up the stairs into enlightenment? You have just raised the bar. You're on another frequency right now. That's why your money is coming in. Love, everything is coming in, for real. You have the power within yourself to conquer any challenge and come out stronger on the other side. Trust in your resilience and your ability to persevere. I really feel like, looking at your cards here, Source is saying, okay, new levels, same devil, but it's going to come in a different body that's going to really throw you off and shake you to the core, where you're going to feel like, okay, I did not see that one coming. But it's really preparing somebody to see, you know what? You had to find out what your demons were, what your temptations were. Was it certain family members? Was it certain exes? Is your demons money? Is your transition money? It's not like you don't have a heart, like you cold hearted. It really is. Do you hold on too tight to people? Y'all know what I'm saying, Cancer? So it's to say, was it, did you buy into this idea that you stay on the job and you gotta stay on that job forever? Whatever it is. But congratulations to you all. Congratulations. Like I said before, you will be walking away. You will be walking away from the very energies that assassinated your character and wanted to, like I said in the book of Esther, they wanted to abuse their power to a point. They wanted to literally annihilate everything and everybody that you felt would back you up and protect you, and who was familiar with you, and who you create, everything that you tried to create, everything that you were trying to create without them. Somebody really showed how much they hate themselves and how they projected that onto you. So yeah, that's what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. Make it a fantastic week, Cancers, but I think I know you will. All right, bye.